Evening people, welcome back to the channel, welcome back. So tonight we've got a new league for you lot. It's a WRX or Subaru WRX versus Mitsubishi EVO race. Not quite 100% sure of the format. I've seen there's a 10-minute qualifier and a 20-minute race, but I'm not sure if there's two 20-minute races or two a 20-minute race and then a 30-minute race. I'm not sure, we'll find out. Right, so that's what we've got lined up for you tonight. We are live from Tokyo South. We're counterclockwise on this particular circuit. Let's go and have a look in the lobby. T-shirts and stickers still available, people. Hit me up, darksmoker@googlemail.com. If you fancy any of that, let me know. Not many shirts left now, by the way. Plenty of stickers. Right, into this lobby then. Obviously round one, so no points to show you guys tonight. And again, I'm not too sure of the format. I don't know whether it's 2 or 3 races tonight, but there's definitely one race, that's for sure. So who have we got in the lobby then? We have Obi-Wan, Marshall, Apache, Ice, Chand, Mocking Weeks, Tyre Slayer, Skippy, Captain Pugwash, Campo. We've got Ricky J, Pilgrim and the Coffin Dodger, all racing on track. So 12 drivers in this lobby tonight. Should be a little bit more closer racing than Thursday night. I think there was only 7 in the lobby. I think we ended up with 9 by the end of race 3. So practice still going on, so let's jump in and have a look at some of these cars and the liveries just before qualifying gets underway. So no runoff at all at Tokyo. Is concrete and steel pretty much the whole way round. Cameras will go a bit jinky when it gets a bit close to these outside edges. Big spoilers on these things, plenty of aero. It's going to be a nice Chand. It's matte green. Looks like it's matte green. Yeah, apologies for that. That's what happens when the camera gets too close to the walls. Full-on stealth livery going on here. Someone's trying to do burnouts. There it is, it's Ricky J. Okay, qualifying about to start then. Marty, evening. Bound to be Ricky J. AKA Wrecking Ball Racing. There you go, that's entirely the reason why. Because he likes coming in like a wrecking ball. Whoa. Just lighting these tyres up then. There we go, qualifying just about to start. Some strange noises going on. Like people were burning tyres out when they were parked in the pits. Oh, there we go. So let's turn some nonsense on so you lot can see as much as I can see. Helps me out figuring out where people are on track as well. So 10-minute qualifier and then we jump into 20-minute race 1. Yeah, Tokyo South, just nothing but concrete and steel all the way around here, as you can see. Racing soft tyres on, so they should have a fair amount of grip. Nice Chand. Oh, throwing himself back out into the pits, I think. Possibly wrong tyres. So there's the Subarus. Let's find ourselves a WRX an EVO, shall we? There we go. Costa Coffee. 7 out of 10. Coffee lovers prefer Costa. Well, I'll vouch for that. I prefer a Costa over a Starbucks, that's for sure. You should have had a couple of QR codes on there so I could scan them. Get free beans. They look a bit twitchy when you put the hammer down. Oof, a bit too much. Are these versions rear-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive? Not too sure. Not too sure. They carry a fair amount of speed around some of these corners though here at Tokyo. Campo right on Marshall's tail, heading into the tunnel. So a bit of an odd circuit this one. The pit lane is halfway round this circuit. I'm carrying some speed through here. So the pit lane is actually at the end of this hairpin here. Just as you come through the hairpin, there's the pit entrance right there. Marshall thought about going for that. Side by side with Campo coming up the hill. And you'll see where the start finish line is. We've got to go up the hill through these S's. Just feathering the throttle through there. Try and keep it out of these walls. Hoping the tyres grip up. Around that final corner. So the start finish straight is actually down here. You'll see a big barrier. There you go, across the track there. That is the start finish line, and the pit's obviously nowhere to be seen. So what have we got time-wise so far? Still got a couple of drivers left to cross the line, but Mocking Weeks is currently on pole. The Rally Art livery on his car. It's only just over a tenth quicker than Obi-Wan. He's sitting in second. What are we in? Mocking Weeks in an Evo. Obi-Wan in a Subaru. In a Subaru, Apache, Subaru, Skippy, don't even know. He's in the Mitsubishi. Nice Chand in the Subaru. Subaru for Ricky J. Mitsubishi for Captain Pugwash. We've got a Mitsubishi for Coffin Dodger. Marshall when he comes out the fog in a Mitsubishi. Tyre Slayer, Subaru, and Campo in, I think, Mitsubishi. Yes, he is. It's all about trying to beat this man at the minute. Mocking Weeks out on his own on circuit at the moment. He's just left the pits, dropped that penalty. Still second, coming up towards the line though for this big pile of drivers, so let's see how they get on. See positions chop and change. It's coming up to the halfway point of qualifying as well. What can you do, Obi? Not able to go any quicker. Nobody really swapping positions there. Hachi pretty much at the same time as lap 1. Skippy still on his lap 1 time. Marshall just going a bit quicker there in 6th now, 1:58.0. Campo 1:58.2, moved up a little bit. Ice Chand just coming up towards the line now. Any quicker for him? A little, moves up the field into 8th. Coffin Dodger in 9th, 1:58.7. J in 10th with a 1:59.8 at the minute. Captain Pugwash in 11th with a 1:59.9 on as his fastest. Oh, who's just moved that I've just missed there? Have we had someone suddenly disappear? Who's just gone quicker? Not Skippy. There's nobody really just crossed the line unless somebody's just thrown themselves in the pits. Still the fastest man so far, Mocking Weeks. not far from the line. Let's see if he can go any quicker. Still just under 2/10 slower than Mockin's fastest so far. Final corner to go then. Keeps it out the wall on the exit. Not able to go quicker. Still on that 1:57.2 for him then. Skippy's moved up into third position. He's gone for a 1:57.3. He's blinding people with that livery when he comes past. Pilgrim gets pushed down to fourth then. Apache fifth, Marshall sixth, Campo 7th, Ith Chand in 8th, Tyre Slayer 9th, Coffin Dodger in 10th, Ricky J in 11th, and Captain Pugwash in 12th. Mocking Weeks finds a little bit of time there, 1:56.4. Pulls almost a second then, 0.8 faster than Obi. Good so far. Towards this hairpin. Tricky to get the braking point right. Will be a little bit more difficult early on in the race. And there's a few of them trying to get around that corner all at once. The hill then through these S's. Find any more time. He's a little bit down still, 0.8 of a second. Quite able to find the time here then Obi. Let's see what it's going to be. 1:57.2 is his fastest. Oh, a couple of drivers coming through quick though. Taking that second position off of him. Apache going quicker and Skippy going quicker. Skippy stuck in a 1:57.2. Brings him within 3/4 of a second of Mockin. And then Apache was right on his heels. 1:57.277 versus Skippy's 1:57.226. Real close between those two. Again, Obi pushed down to fourth then, was holding on to that second. Oh, a little wobble through there as well. Pilgrim still fifth, Tyre Slayer sixth. Nice Chan moving up a slot into seventh, Campo in eighth, Marshall ninth, Coffin Dodger in 10th, Captain Pugwash 11th, and Ricky J in 12th as he gets a swap on coming out of the shipping containers. On into the last 30 seconds of this qualifying session, so this will be last laps for pretty much everyone. I don't think anyone's going to get to the line before those 30 seconds are up. These two, I think, are going to be the closest. Oh no, there's somebody just in front. Who's that? Who's that up there? It is Tyre Slayer. So we get to see him cross the line. Let's see if he goes any quicker. 1:57.749. Not quicker this time. And then we just wait for these two around that final corner. Still a long way off of Mocking Week's time at the minute. Oh, Apache goes a little bit quicker then. 1:57.218 versus Skippy's 1:57.226. But in the background, Obi-Wan finds that time on that final lap. 1:56.869 for him. Brings him within 4/10 of Mocking Weeks at the end of qualifying. Marshall comes home in fifth. He took a big chunk of time out of his previous lap as well. 1:57.285 for him, fifth. Pilgrim gets pushed down another position then into sixth until he comes up to the line. He stays sixth. Another driver, who is that coming up behind him? Tyre Slayer's already crossed the line. He stays seventh. Ice Chand takes eighth. Campo 9th. We've got Coffin Dodger in 10th. Have we? Coming up to the line himself. PG Tips and Union Jacks all over that thing. Stays 10th for Coffin Dodger. Captain Pugwash in 11th. And Ricky J, there he is in the pink mobile in 12th. There we go. Official qualifying results then. Mocking on that pole position. 1:55.964. Great lap. Obi 2nd, Apache 3rd, Skippy 4th, Marshall 5th, Pilgrim 6th, Tyre Slayer 7th, Ice Chand 8th, Campo 9th, Coffin Dodger 10th, Captain Pugwash in 11th, and Ricky J 12th. That is your starting order for race 1. Let me just throw something in the chat so I can kind of figure out what's going on. There we go, even spelt it correctly as well. Amazing. So, mocking on that pole then. Just about to kick off with race 1. It's not as long a start finish straight as you'd expect. Often think it's longer than it is, but it comes up pretty quick. So we wait for these red lights to go on and then drop off then. Here we go, lights going on. Great looking grid and the lights drop. It's a good start by Mockin. It's a good start by Apache as well. He might have the move on Obi-Wan here coming into turn 1. He's got the inside line. Mockin comes across to take the racing line. Apache up the inside. Does slot himself into 2nd then. Obi gets pushed down a position already. Marshall moves up a position into 4th. There's a punch up here. 5th and 6th. Tyre Slayer and Skippy side by side coming up towards the shipping containers. Big pile of drivers looking for their way through as well. Let's see what's going on at the front. Where have you gone? Oh, there's lots of outbraking going on here. Apache's gone deep, Tyre Slayer's coming through, lots of people hitting the wall through there, giving Mockin Winks a great big chunk of breathing room behind him. 1.8 seconds, is going to gain up to 2. Let's get back here, this is where the chaos is. Apache gets through into 2nd, then Tyre Slayer in 3rd. Obi-Wan, oh no, Obi-Wan getting nudged by a Coffin Dodger. Oh, a little bit of contact between there, it's difficult to get that many cars around that corner. Obi holds on to that 4th then. Being chased by Pilgrim. Marshall right on his tail. Coffin Dodger still right on his tail. Campo still right on his tail. A little bit of wall contact there for Pilgrim. This could be a bit of a feisty lead. Campo then in 8th. Ricky J 9th. Captain Pugwash in 10th. We've lost Skippy. Ice Chand in 11th. Oh, there's drivers all over the place. Pilgrim's gone deep. Drivers all over the place. Positions are swapping left, right and centre. So Skippy all the way down in 12th position. Marshall from 4th to 11th. Pilgrim from 5th, 6th down to 10th. Coffin Dodger in 9th. Ice Chand in 8th. Captain Pugwash in 7th. Campo up to 6th. Ricky J 5th. Obi-Wan 4th. Apache in 3rd. Oh no, just getting past Tyre Slayer, sorry. So Tyre Slayer 3rd. Apache in 4th. Mockin Weeks 2.5 seconds up the road. Thank you very much. You can cause all the chaos you want into that shipping container area. Obi just keeps it out of the wall through the exit of turn 1. Nice Chand looking for a way past these two. Campo and Ricky J blocking the road at the minute. For the move up the inside of the pair of them, slamming the brakes on. Ricky J going a little bit deep, Campo going a little bit deep. Ice Chand just controlling it well. Oh, there's contact between, who was that? Captain Pugwash coming through, nudging Campo wide. Proper fighty these are, aren't they? Nearly as fighty as the minis. Captain Pugwash doing alright though, he's managed to get his way through that chaos. Shipping containers does always catch a few drivers out. Back to the front then. 4 seconds lead for Mocking Weeks. He's just having the time of it at the minute. Apache into second then. Still under pressure from Tyre Slayer and Obi. Giving these two a good toe down towards the hairpin. Tyre Slayer right on his tail. Goes for a little move up the inside. Backs out of it. Maybe hoping that Tyre Slayer makes a mistake. Doesn't. Sorry, that Apache makes a mistake. Apache holds on to it. Tyre Slayer third then. Obi still fourth. Nice Chan fifth. He's got pretty big gaps either side. 2 seconds in front. Nearly 2 seconds behind to Captain Pugwash. Captain Pugwash got a bit of a gap as well. Almost a second back to Pilgrim. Driver's carrying a lot of speed through here. Catching the walls. Pilgrim in 7th then. Campo in 8th. Marshall looking for a way past. Skippy looking for a way past. This long straight now. Coffin Dodger in 11th. Ricky J now unfortunately at the back of the pack. 12th for him. Long way down. This is where I wanted to be. Campo in 7th then. Marshall 8th. Pilgrim 9th. We're on board with Skippy in 10th. Absolutely bumper to bumper coming down here. With big chunks of carbon flying off in any second. Get the braking wrong into the shipping containers. Marshall looking for a bit of a move up the inside of Campo. Everyone braking late. Oh, Campo gets it backwards through the shipping containers. That catches Pilgrim out a little bit. A little bit of contact between him and Skippy as well. Skippy and Campo, Pilgrim and Campo both losing out through there then. Marshall and Skippy did well not to get tangled up in that chaos. Skippy getting a great run on Marshall here. Just a little look up the inside through these S's. Carries the speed through. Marshall then drops back to 8th. Let's get ourselves back up front, see what's going on. Look at this, just stomping it around here. 5.7 second lead. Apache pulled a little bit of a gap from Tyre Slayer, not much, but it's half a second. Obi-Wan as well, just trying to hang on to these two. Keeping a little bit of slipstream himself. Taking a little bit of wall there, Obi. Slowed him down, he's out of tow range now. Careful he doesn't fall into the hands of Ice Chand. He carries good speed through that final corner and is closing up on Obi-Wan down towards turn 1. If he gets a good corner around here, he might be able to make the move or get close to him. Oh, he's clipped the wall himself, I think, Ice Chand. He has taken that one a little bit too tight. Pugwash in 6th then. Nice and comfortable there, 2.5 seconds either side. Ice Chand in front, Skippy behind. He's got a mirror full of Pilgrim and Marshall still, 7th, 8th and 9th. Still battling it out, coming up towards these shipping containers again. Pilgrim up the inside of Skippy. Skippy goes to switch back up the inside. Beautiful move. Pilgrim lets it go a little bit loose through there. Oof. Oh, Marshall also getting a bit of a wobble on. I think when you're right close, you lose all the downforce on these things. It just makes them a little bit looser. So let's get ourselves on with Marshall then chasing down Pilgrim. Front in a second. Look at this, all over the back of Pilgrim through the S's. He's going to make a move down towards this hairpin at the bottom. They're both closing up on Skippy in front. Marshall's actually having to back off the throttle through here. Turbo flutter as he does so. All three of them hammering it down towards this hairpin. Then who's going to get the braking done right? Oh, Pilgrim's gone a bit deep. It's going to be a drag race here. And they slot back into position. 3 different lines and there's still 0 movement between them. Just got to be so careful running so close. Taking a different line through the S's. It's not helped them out. They're still pretty close together. Oh, he's carrying too much speed through there. All 3 of them going to be slow. Nowhere to go for Marshall's. Pilgrim Unfortunately, he tries to make his way past Skippy, blocks the road for Marshall. Down towards turn 1 then. Marshall has to back off the throttle again, nowhere for him to go. Pilgrim slots his way through into 7th, Skippy 8th, Marshall in 9th. Right on Skippy's tail though, heading down towards these shipping containers. Trying to get as good a tow as down here as possible. Trying to close back up on Captain Pugwash up here as well, these three. All get through there cleanly so far. They do close up time on Captain Pugwash here. Let's go back up front. What's kicking off? Mocking Weeks then holding 7.5 seconds lead over Apache. Obi-Wan has managed to get his way past Tyre Slayer as well, so moves up a position, but he's still got Tyre Slayer filling his mirrors. Just quarter of a second back as they head down towards this hairpin, closing up in fact. Whoa, having to take a completely different line through there to be able to carry the speed. Obi going defensive, holding that inside line into the hairpin. Tyre Slayer switch one back up the inside on the exit. Not quite, no. Obi slots his way back into 3rd, then Tyre Slayer right on his tail. There he is. Still being harassed by Tyre Slayer into these S's. Tyre starting to show already halfway through this race. I'll start catching them out by the time they hit 20 minutes, that's for sure. They're still neck and neck then, coming onto this start-finish straight. Ice Chand. Just having a little bit of a lonely one in 5th at the minute, nearly 4 seconds in front to Tyre Slayer, 3.5 back to Captain Pugwash, and he's not got any time at all as Pilgrim just weaves his way past him. Oh, he tried to shut the door. Skippy trying to get past him as well through there. Oh. Marshall still trying to hang on to those two as well, and Captain Pugwash, so 3 of them. There they are. Pilgrim leads that little pile then up towards these shipping containers once more. Let's go and see what's happening behind. Jay back up into 10th, then Campo in 11th, and Coffin Dodger in 12th now. These cars do have a tendency to spin round if you're not quite used to them. Look at this, an absolute masterclass by Mocking Weeks then. 11 minutes into race 1 and he's got 8.3 seconds lead. Admittedly, he got a damn good bit of luck into the shipping containers in lap 1. There was a tiny bit of chaos running into those, so the faster drivers in qualifying got tangled up in a bit of that, so slowed them down a little bit, allowed Mocking Weeks to pull this great big gap, and then they had to work their way through some of the other drivers to get themselves up front. And here we go, Apache and Obi-Wan now pushing then. Tyre Slayer as well, sticking with them. There's Ice Chand just in the background as well, coming up the hill. It's still kicking off behind with this midfield pack. Pilgrim, Skippy, Pugwash and Marshall, 4-way battle here for these positions. For Skippy to go. Oh, there's contact behind. There's contact behind. Skippy, sorry, Captain Pugwash gets a final corner wrong. Ends up collecting Marshall. And they're both slowed down now then. They're going to be overtaken by these. He's had to stick the brakes on and pretty much park it at the side of the track while the rest of the field come through. Dodger might even get past him here before turn 1. Will carrying loads more speed. And there's Marshall. Did you end up causing that, Marshall? I didn't see what happened. Maybe you did. But there you go, doing the right thing. He's ruined his own race. He's backed off the throttle. He's allowed Captain Pugwash to come back past. Unfortunately, they're both at the back of the pack now. But that is the kind of driving we like to see. You know, if you, well, again, I don't know whether he actually caused it, but if he thinks he caused it, he's done the right thing and pulled over. Allowed Captain Pugwash to take that position back off him. Great bit of race etiquette there. Mocking Weeks then still pulling time from Apache. Just can't do anything with it against Mocking Weeks. Evo just pressing on down the road. Apache 9.4 seconds behind him in the Subaru. Obi-Wan in a Subaru is the next car on track as well in third. Another Subaru in fourth with Tyre Slayer. Ice Chand in fifth. Oh, Pilgrim in another Subaru. Pilgrim in a Subaru versus Skippy in an Evo. Big pile of Subarus up front of the field then. Bumper to bumper through here. Skippy's got the inside line through the S's. Oh, it's real close. Real off. Bit of contact between Pilgrim and Skippy. Ricky J in a Subaru. Mitsubishi with Campo. Mitsubishi here. Marshall, Captain Pugwash and Coffin Dodger. So I don't know whether I don't even know whether they stick with the same car throughout the season or whether they get the choice of the Evo in race 1 or the Evo in race 2 and they swap between the 2 and the WRX. I don't know. Pulling massive chunks of time here. Oh, it's all kicked off for second. Apache must have got it wrong through the shipping containers. Obi's closed the gap and got past him. The tyre wear catching them out a little bit now then. 15 minutes into race 1. Absolutely nobody can catch Mocking Weeks at the minute. Don't forget to vote for Driver of the Day in the chat, people. It's the only place you can vote for your Driver of the Day. Doing it in the Facebook chats won't count. Plus it all helps my algorithms out. So get voting. Obviously let the race play out. Let's see who, you might have someone doing a stomp in race 2. Now can Obi-Wan keep the gap between himself and Apache? 10.7 seconds up the road. He's putting in qualifying lap after qualifying lap, really. Mocking Weeks, he's got nobody threatening him. 4 minutes left of race 1 and he's miles up the road then. Obi holding on to that second. He's pulled a little bit of a gap between himself and Apache, big enough to break the toe at least. Slayer out of that tow range now, 2.7 seconds back. Ice Chandler's dropped back a little bit as well, 6.6 seconds behind him. 5th. Pilgrim just 1.4 seconds behind him. That midfield pack broken up a little bit now then. 7th for Skippy, another 1.7 seconds back. Again, Marshall and Captain Pugwash having that tumble in that final corner has put them to the back of the field. Ricky J moves up to 8th then. Got Campo in 9th, hot on his tail. Oh, not so much anymore. He's dragged it into the wall. I think Ricky J might have had a bit of a collision on the way through there as well. And there is Marshall and Captain Pugwash and Coffin Dodger, the final 3. So that time staying about the same then now. He's got Obi-Wan behind him, 10.7 seconds. He's not managed to increase that. A little bit too late for Obi-Wan, unfortunately. Not saying that, I suppose if Mocking Weeks spins it round in a couple of corners once the tyre wear kicks in, it could all come back to him in the last 3 minutes. Apache keeping it right there with him. Tyre Slayer as well falls a little bit further back, so no tow for him, but he's just got to go around a couple more times. Got plenty of room behind him. 6.8 seconds back to Ice Chand. Being closed up by Pilgrim here. And again, it's only going to take a slight mistake. Skippy's going to get himself back involved with these two. A little bit of contact between Pilgrim and Ice Chand, I think, there. second. So we'll be getting a tow along here, but it's not going to be enough to make the move into turn 1. Keeping it out of that wall on turn 1. Ice Chan peels over to the left, then drops any kind of tow for Pilgrim coming out of turn 1. You can just see Skippy in the background. He's just over a second back, so he's only going to make up about a tenth, maybe a tenth and a half. Pilgrim closes up on Ice Chan, but has he affected his run? No, he hasn't. He's got a great run through there. Gets the power on right behind Ice Chan on the exit of that corner. Through this right hand again. Oh, a little bit tricky there for Ice Chan. He's lost a bit of traction, lost a bit of time. Into the wall he goes. And Pilgrim slots his way through into 5th then. There is Skippy. So Skippy will be close enough now to Ice Chan to be getting a tow. Ice Chan is coming back at Pilgrim though. Again, just weave all over the place. Look at the speed that Ice Chan was carrying through there. Dragging Skippy with him. He's got a good exit. He's got a good exit. Ice Chan's got to slot himself in behind. Skippy's got himself right on the back of these two now then. So I think most drivers are going to see another lap. Skippy getting his way past Ice Chan as well. He's just slammed it into the wall though. Let's have a look then. Mocking Weeks 11.1 seconds up the road. That is it. 20 minutes is up then. The race timer showing final laps. So it is. Oh, these three didn't see another lap. It was Pilgrim that takes 5th then. Skippy comes home in 6th. Ice Chan takes 7th. We are going to see these boys come down towards the line. Ricky J's going to come home in 8th. Campo's going to take 9th. Just. Marshall taking 10th. Captain Bugwasher taking 11th. Coffin Dodger taking 12th. We just wait for the top 4 then. Mocking Weeks just putting on an absolute show here in race 1. I know, even in the midfield pack, Neb. Yeah, they just. I love it when the cars weave and they're sort of uncontrollable. It just makes it so much more thrilling. When they're far too planted and they go around the corners nicely, it can get a little bit boring. But when they all twitch and swerve, and you know, when they get a bit close, they lose that downforce, and it just makes them twitch and swerve a little bit more. So you might close the gap, but then lose all the traction. Weeks then through these S's for the final time in race 1. Again, just making it look easy, having that little tiny bit of look at the start into the shipping containers where the rest of the field pretty much got tangled up with each other. He was able to gain 1.5 seconds lead on the exit of the shipping containers, and he's held onto it and pulled a great big gap. 11.6 seconds by the time he crosses the line. Obi then round that final corner. He's managed to pull a great big gap himself between Apache. Takes 2nd then. It was a good race from him. Apache taking 3rd. And Tyre Slayer taking 4th. These three having a damn good battle as well halfway round. We're all very close. And again, I still don't know what's happening for race 2. Aha, okay, yes I do. Yes I do. 2 times 20 minutes racing. Excuse me. Race 2 is going to be reverse grid. Nothing about changing cars, so I'm assuming that everyone sticks with the same car. As we jump into race 2, again reverse grid. Means the faster drivers from race 1 will start from the back, obviously, and now they've got to fight their way through to the front safely, hopefully, cleanly. Again, this is where it all gets a little bit messy into those tighter, the shipping containers and stuff. They'll all be very, very close by the time they get to that particular section. You'll have drivers already trying to make moves on other drivers, so you might end up being 3 or 4 wide coming into these shipping containers, which it's never going to work, is it? It's never going to work. Someone's going to end up in the barriers or backwards. But we hope that everyone can get on reasonably well and get around this second race. Don't forget to click that like button, people. All right, it all helps. I know every YouTuber in the world says it, but it does. Algorithms, it picks up on all that nonsense and chats and shares and stuff, all those sorts of things. But really, I need subscribers and watch time. That's basically what I need. I need to get that infamous 1,000 subscribers to start. Well, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So if you've got a couple of mobile devices hanging about, just find my channel, select all, and press play. And then put the phone off to one side and just let them run through. Let them all run through. That'll all help. It's cheating. I know it's cheating. But damn, I've been doing this thing 5 years, 6 years, probably longer. My channel doesn't grow. It's such a niche little thing. I've watched during the pandemic and all that sort of nonsense. I watched people start YouTube channels, go from 27 subscribers when I first saw channels up to tens of thousands by the time they knocked their channels off because they had to go back to work and that sort of stuff. And I'm just thinking, and all they were doing were those silly reaction videos, you know, just, oh yeah, someone sent me a video, watch this, what do you think to this? It's like, wow, really? That's what people want? No, people want Gran Turismo sim racing. With me, your friendly host, Dark Smoker, chatting nonsense behind the mic. So, race 2 is going to start at 21:45. We've got a couple of minutes wait, and we've got me chatting waffle. Let's have a look at official results then. Mocking Weeks taking the win, again comfortably in the end, 11.6 seconds quicker than Obi. He took second, Apache took third, Target Slayer fourth, Pilgrim fifth, Skippy sixth, Ice Chand seventh, Ricky J taking eighth, Campo 9th, Marshall 12th, Captain Bugwash in 11th, and Coffin Dodger in... Did I say Marshall 12th? Marshall 10th. It's because he says 2012 on his name. Captain Bugwash 11th and Coffin Dodger 12th. Random. So yeah, a couple of minutes before race 2 starts. Again, reverse grid. We'll make it a little bit trickier into this particular section that's just dropped off screen. Again, tricky circuit really. It's very tight in some corners, quite wide in others. You have to just get that braking right. But these things do make it a little bit loose. Someone's trying to destroy a set of tyres. Who's that? There we go, Marshall. So they are the rear wheel drives then. Is that Captain Bugwash trying to give us get some formation burnouts going on between you pair? Now, can Marshall blow a set of tyres out? No. Just parking it in the shade, keep it out of the sun. Not the right camera angle. That's not, it's going to make me sick. It's a bit close to the pit wall there, Captain Bugwash taking the rear end of his car out. Tyre Slayer's up to his namesake, trying to slay some tyres. Marshall's warmed his rears up now. He's going to take them for a spin now. They've got some heat in them. Nice Chand. A couple of the drivers out actually getting these lines right for race 2. Everybody on the race softs again, so it doesn't look like that changes. Walking Weeks here, look, just doing some little sneaky practice starts. Trying to get this thing off the line without lighting up the rears. So, 2 minutes, Pilgrim. I'm seeing 21:46. You said 21:45, and now you're telling me 2 minutes still. Tyre Slayer and Captain Pugwash getting shoved across the track by Obi. Get out of the way, boys. I'm trying to race here. CO on the Subaru. I didn't realise it had got a pop-top roof. Can you see it on that view? See the little panel just on the roof? Jecto CO, cuz maybe. Thought you've got a green light on the back of your car then, but it's just a reflection off that chunk of spoiler. That was snazzy how you managed to get a great big green light bolted on the back of your car. Didn't realise that was part of the options. It's not. Do sound good though, these things. Oh, they're all getting a bit angry down there. Look, all punchy and shovey. Ricky J's just trying to take people out. Also known as the Wrecking Ball. Like bumper cars. Here we go then for race 2. Reverse grid. Same car, same setup for everybody, same tyres. But it is just that reverse grid format. Again, it could just get a little bit chaotic. Lights go on, then we wait for these to drop, get race 2 underway. And we are off. Good start. Ooh, Coffin Dodger lights his rears up off the line. Slows him down a look. He's going to be harassed by all sorts of people. Marshall's up the inside. Campo's looking for a line through there as well. And look, this is where it all gets a bit punchy here. Let's get ourselves near the back. Almost at the back. We've got Mocking Weeks just behind us. I just want to try and keep an eye on the chaos that might occur into this shipping container zone. Drivers swerving all over the place looking for lines. I see tyres lit up. I see Ice Chand smashing into a wall. Everybody getting through there reasonably cleanly. Mocking Weeks has fired his way through into 10th. Obi-Wan's got it all wrong. Oh no, there you go, there you go. That kind of chaos is exactly what I'm talking about. Mocking Weeks been tangled up in that tyre slayer as well. Obi comes through and Skippy. Mocking Weeks running slow there actually. Maybe he caused a little bit of that, not too sure, but they are way off the back of the pack now. So it is Marshall that leads then halfway round lap 1. Captain Pugwash chasing him down. Ice Chand all over his tail though, heading down towards this hairpin. Going for a little look up the inside. Marshall goes a bit defensive. Ice Chand's out, braked himself into that corner, thrown himself almost into the wall. Somebody else has just done the same thing right behind him. I think it was Pilgrim. All kicking off then early on in lap 1. Marshall continues to lead. Captain Pugwash behind him. Bit of a gap then back to Coffin Dodger. See them all come peeling around the circuit. Oh, Campo and Ricky J coming around that corner together. Unfortunately, getting tangled up together and smashing into the wall a little bit. Nice Chan then having a look at Coffin Dodger. Up the inside through turn 1. Through there cleanly. Pilgrim then still under threat from Apache here. Ricky J and Campo in the background looking for a way past, just holding on to it at the minute. Ricky J going for a move on Apache. What's Campo going to do? Can he find a gap in between these two? The track opens up a little bit here, but again, you've just got to get your braking right into this point. Pilgrim again goes a little bit wide through there, leaves the door open for Apache, but he's able to get the power on the exit. Oh, Ricky J almost taking himself out on the wall through there. He does. Allows Campo to come through then, just clip the wall on the way through that shipping container area, allowing Campo to take that position. Obi then in 9th, Mockin in 10th, Tyre Slayer 11th, Skippy in 12th. He's a faster driver, he's got a lot of work to do then. Oh, Skippy into the wall and holding a penalty as well. Marshall then making a break for it, 1.6 seconds the gap between himself and Captain Pugwash now. Out of that tow range for Captain Pugwash. Nice Chand trying to hunt him down. Oh, Pugwash going a bit deep into that corner maybe. No, not really. Ice Chan not been able to make any time up on him through there. Coffin Dodger just keeping him in that 4th place fight at the minute. Big gap behind him, 2.6 seconds back to Pilgrim. Still being harassed a little bit by Apache, Campo and Ricky J. That's where we saw Ricky J and Campo have a coming together. They're not as close this time. Obi in the background is catching up with them though. Monkey Weeks leading that next little pack, but he has pulled a tiny bit of a gap. He's 3.2 seconds behind Obi, 1.4 seconds now between himself and Tyre Slayer. Skippy losing his penalty through there as well. He falls a second back to Tyre Slayer himself. Gaps quite big up the front here then, 1.9 seconds for Marshall. Controlling that throttle through there, doesn't want to light those rears up. Captain Pugwash doing the same thing, holding on to second. Nice Chand, oh, gets a little swap on through there, doesn't lose too much control, but it's going to slow him down a little bit. Dodger then holding 4th, started from the back of the pack, which put him at the front of the field, so halfway around lap 3, he's only lost 3 positions. There is Pilgrim still leading this next little pile. He has pulled a tiny bit of time between himself and Apache. That whole field's broken up a little bit. Ricky J's fallen a tiny bit further back off Campo. Campo's fallen a bit further back off Apache. Whole time they've had Obi-Wan closing up on them, just 1.3 seconds back now. Pressing that Subaru down towards the hairpin, hugging that inside apex as well. And there's Mocking Weeks actually pulling a bit of time back on Obi, 2.1 seconds behind him. There was about a 3.5 second gap. Really pressing now then, Mocking Weeks. Yeah, want a good result from this one. Bolster up his result from race 1. Tyre Slayer and Skippy still bumper to bumper through here. 4 seconds back off of Mocking Weeks now. Subaru versus Mitsubishi at the back. Marshall then pulls another 10th or 2 on Captain Pugwash, 1.9 seconds up the road. Chan's brought that time down a little bit as well, just hovering outside of that slipstream range. Pilgrim is all over the back of Coffin Dodger now. There's Apache. Coffin Dodger getting the shipping containers a little bit wide through there. So now Pilgrim to get himself right on the tail of him on the exit. One of the fastest sections as well. Wants to go through this right hand. Needs a good exit out of here. Get a run on Coffin Dodger through these S's. just see Coffin Dodger's nose. Oh, trying a bit of contact as he tries to come through there. Oh, he's just had a wobble, into the wall he goes. Slowed him down massively. Pilgrim takes that 4th position then. Coffin Dodger taking 5th for the time being. Gone too far again. There is the Coffin Dodger then, just having that little mix up through the S's, catching the wall a tiny bit. Slowed him down. Apache just 1.6 seconds behind him. Campo another 1.4 seconds behind him. Ricky J's found himself with a penalty. He'll be losing that in a second when he comes around this corner. He'll be overtaken by an Obi-Wan. Oh, he tries to stay out of the way. Oh, he's messed it all up for himself, Ricky J. He tries to peel over to the not racing line there. Stay out of everyone's way and puts himself in the wall. And here comes Mocking Weeks. Up the inside for Mocking Weeks. He's carrying a bit more speed as well. Through he goes then into 9th. He's on the hunt for Campo and Obi. Tyre Slayer as well, even with a penalty to lose. Skippy must have got that final corner a bit wrong. Put it in the wall maybe. But the 2 metallic red Mitsubishis having a whale of a time at the minute. 1st and 2nd, got Ice Chan just 1.5 seconds behind him. Pilgrim is starting to do a bit of a job himself though. He's just got himself past Coffin Dodger. He's now on the hunt for Ice Chand in front. Having a little bit of front end damage actually. What's that kicking off behind? It's Apache having a look at Coffin Dodger through here as well. Side by side, Coffin Dodger holds onto it through this latter part of the tunnel section. Now can Apache get a run on him down towards the hairpin? Might be a little bit too far back unless he goes for an amazing outbreaking lunge here. I think he has. Coffin Dodger's given him plenty of room. Oh, there's a tiny bit of contact there between Apache and Coffin Dodger. Coffin Dodger just loses traction. That thing goes sideways and into the wall. Obi then chasing him down 1.1 seconds back. There is Mocking Weeks. Just got himself past Campo. Up another position then. Just about to get himself into slipstream position on Obi-Wan. 1 seconds off the back of him. 1.2 now. Campo trying to keep himself in the tow range, being dragged down this straight. Coffin Dodger gets that car pointing in the right direction again, but unfortunately ends up at the back of the pack after getting it straight. Up a long way down then. Marshall continues to lead. He's opened up another 10th or 2 on Captain Pugwash. He's a little bit deep there, Captain Pugwash, but it does seem to be that you can carry a fair bit of speed around that outside apex. He still keeps himself within a second of Marshall here. Just in the background, Ice Chand falls off the back of Captain Pugwash. Falls into the clutches of Pilgrim here, just half a second back. Oh, he's hit the wall through there as well, Ice Chand. Pilgrim's going to be all over him coming down towards the S's and into this tunnel section. The inside, Ice Chand trying to keep it there, but Pilgrim just carrying that little bit too much speed for him to contend with, but he does slot himself back into slipstream. Again, just when they get behind, you can see Ice Chand's Subaru swerving all over the place, side by side, coming down towards the hairpin. Pilgrim going tight. Can Ice Chand get a move up the inside? No, not through there. He can carry a bit more speed around the outside on the exit of that corner. Apache then up into 5th. Obi-Wan just 3/4 of a second behind him, and there is Mocking Weeks well within tow range now, 0.6 of a second behind Obi. 12 minutes into race 2 then. Campo in 8th, Ricky J 9th, Skippy in 10th, Tyre Slayer 11th, Coffin Dodger in 12th. Oof, Captain Pugwash has made a big mistake here. Marshall's found a big pile of time. 2.7 seconds the gap now up front. Captain Pugwash 2nd, Pilgrim past Ice Chand. Oh, Ice Chand dips it in the wall as well on the exit of that turn. So Pilgrim now all over the back of Captain Pugwash. He's got to have about 7 minutes left to try and have a hunt for Marshall. There's Ice Chand. Still just 1.5 seconds back, so still not completely out of it yet. Apache being harassed by Obi. Obi slowly being harassed by Mockin. Just half a second between Mockin and Obi. Less than that between Obi and Apache in front. Towards this hairpin then. Obi goes a little bit inside. Has he got the move on Apache? He has. Apache's had to leave the door wide open. Mocking Weeks is going to look to sneak through here as well. Not able to carry the speed on the exit of that turn, but does get himself right behind Apache. Gives himself a good toe out of the exit of that corner. Keeps himself within a chance of overtaking and getting Obi-Wan. At least getting back behind him. Everybody closing up on, is that Ice Chand in front? I think it is. I don't think anyone's going to go for a move down here. A little bit too far apart. Might see Obi-Wan have a go at Ice Chand. No, he's a little bit too far back himself. Apache into the wall. Mockin's going to carry a bit more speed than him. Oh, look at this. Obi all over the back of Ice Chand down towards the shipping containers. Ice Chand going defensive. He's taking that inside line. Mockin Weeks in the background, still working his way past Apache up towards this very section. Trying to close the door on him. Ice Chand backs off early. Mockin Weeks does get his way past Apache into that 6th place. Great bit of driving then. Obi up to 4th, Ice Chand 5th, Mockin Weeks 6th, Apache 7th. Campo in 8th, being closed up again a little bit again by Ricky J. Skippy's not too far off the back of that fight either. Tyre Slayer in 11th, Coffin Dodger actually right behind him still. Look at this, Marshall just having the time of his life at the minute, 15 minutes. And he has got a 3.2 second lead up front. Pilgrim now into that 2nd position, got his work cut out to try and close that gap down. Still being harassed a little bit by Captain Pugwash, although that gap's going to open up now. Weeks and Ice Chand almost side by side running up the hill. Ice Chand's got a penalty to lose, he'll have to do that when he comes onto that start-finish straight. Just needs to make sure he stays out of the way, but clattered into the wall anyway. Mockin Weeks has found his way past him. Now, unfortunately, Ice Chand's now going to lose that position to Apache here and not Mockin Weeks. There he goes, losing that penalty. Apache slots his way by then. Scary helmet. Ice Chand drops to 7th. Campo in 8th. Ricky J 9th. Skippy 10th. Tyre Slayer 11th. Coffin Dodger right on his tail at the minute in 12th. Goes for the move up the inside at turn 1 and gets it done. Great driving there by Coffin Dodger. Can he hold on to it? Tyre Slayer right behind him as they head back up towards the shipping containers. There's a little look. Side by side as they run up here. Subaru's just got the advantage. Coffin Dodger brakes a little bit earlier. Gathers himself up. Oh, Apache's gone wide. Coffin Dodger made the right move there. Oh, Tyre Slayer just carries that little bit of extra speed around the outside. Thought Coffin Dodger had got him. No. Not to be then. 17 minutes into this 20-minute race. Marshall still leads 3.1 seconds. Pilgrim has taken a little bit of time out of him. He's running out of laps to make this count at the minute. Captain Pugwash hanging on to third. Obi and Mocking Weeks closing that gap up on him. They are just within tow range of each other as well. Captain Pugwash then, dips into the wall. Obi has a little swap on coming through there as well. He's carrying good speed through, half a second behind Obi. Getting a little bit too far back to make a move into turn one. We'll pull that gap down a little bit. Up front and still 3.2 seconds between Marshall and Pilgrim. 2 minutes left on the race timer. And we'll see another lap after this one. Ooh. Marshall getting a bit of a swap on through there. It's going to lose him a few tenths, I think. I'll say that as Pilgrim comes out of the shipping containers, still with 3.2 seconds the gap. Maybe Pilgrim getting it a little bit wrong on the way into that one as well. Oh no, no, we just kept Obi-Wan trying to get round Captain Pugwash. I don't know what happened, it just looked like that car let go on him as he came around the corner. I don't think there was any contact between them. Mocking Weeks is all over the back end of Captain Pugwash though, running down towards this hairpin. Goes for the move up the inside. Captain Pugwash has got to give him the room here. Who's got the power on the way out though? It is a drag race still between these two. Still side by side as they come up to these S's. Weeks through, I think. Yes, he has just managed to get his way through into third. Then Captain Pugwash fourth. Unfortunately, where is Obi? Oh no, gets himself back on track and up to speed. He's 10th though, unfortunately. Skippy's found his way through. Ricky J's found their way through. Campo, Ice Chand and Apache have all got past him. Again, it'd be interesting to find out what happened. It didn't look like there was any contact between Captain Pugwash and Obi. If there was, it was unintentional because it did look like some decent driving between the two of them. Oh, we have hit the 20 minutes already. Skippy comes home to take 8th place. Ricky J comes home for 9th. Obi-Wan takes 10th. Well, those 3 minutes came around pretty damn quick. Tyre Slay comes home in 11th. Coffin Dodger takes 12th. And we wait for the another swap on through there for Marshall. Kept it together though. Keep it together, Marshall. Still got 3 seconds between yourself and Pilgrim. Plenty of time. Just relax. I thought he was rounded into the wall then. He let off that throttle pretty damn quick. Pilgrim looks like he's given up on chasing the first place down because that gap is increasing. 3.5 seconds between Marshall and Pilgrim then. And he's only got a corner to go here, Marshall. There it is, round that final turn. He's led from pretty much start to finish. And a little bit of chaos coming through turn 1, turn 2, and there is Marshall taking the win then. Pilgrim coming home in 2nd position. Mocking Weeks taking 3rd after all of that. Apache coming home in 4th, just ahead of Captain Pugwash. Side by side action for those two coming down the line. Ice Chand coming home for 6th then. Campo taking 7th, and we've seen Skippy, Ricky J, Obi-Wan, Tyre Slayer and the Coffin Dodger already cross the line. Oh, great bit of racing in those things, isn't it? I like them. They're nearly as feisty as the minis. There it is then. Official results. Marshall taking the win in race 2. Pilgrim 2nd. Mocking Weeks 3rd. Started from the back Mocking Weeks as well. Got tangled up in the shipping container area as well. Had a bit of work to put back in. Again, unfortunate for Obi-Wan as well. He got tangled up in those last couple of laps. And they were pushing for podium positions. So Marshall leads then. Pilgrim 2nd. Mocking Weeks 3rd. Apache 4th. Captain Pugwash 5th. Ice Chan 6th. Campo 7th. Skippy in 8th. Ricky J 9th. Obi-Wan in 10th. Unfortunately, Tyre Slayer 11th. And Coffin Dodger in 12th. Those two having a bit of a punch-up right at the end as well. They're Tyre Slayer and Coffin Dodger. But yeah, some good racing overall. A little bit of contact. Again, those things look a little bit loose. I'm sure they're a hoot to drive, but yeah, a little bit loose. And maybe that's just what's causing the slight mishaps. You know, again, when they're bumper to bumper like that, I think you just lose all the downforce on these things. There's so much aero on them that they just decide they're going to steer you off into a wall. But that is it. Round 1 of the WRX versus EVO race with the P1 boys. If you fancy getting yourself involved, go find P1 Race Community over there on Facebook. Join, obviously, and see what races are kicking off and get yourselves involved. I am back tomorrow night for the final round of the minis. So 3 races in that one. We've got the 1965 Mini, the 2005 Mini Cooper, and then the new VGT Mini. 3 different races, 10, 15 minute and 20 minute races, I believe. Can't quite remember where we're at, but that's tomorrow night at 8:30. Back again on Thursday night at 9 o'clock for the next round of the Porsche 922 GT3 RS Cup. And then again, same time, same place next week, Sunday night, 9 o'clock, next round of the WRX versus EVO race. Kicked out the lobby before I finished yappering. But there it is. That's it for tonight, people. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, make sure you click all those like buttons. Share it out if you know anyone that might fancy a bit of this themselves. Subscribe if you haven't. But most of all, what I want you to do is tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.